So I was in town the other day. Nice sunny day, didn't really have any plans, so I figured, you know what, maybe go for a walk, grab a coffee, read a book. And then I was just walking down the street, I turned the corner and I see this. Yeah, so what exactly was this? Why was there a DJ, big speakers, people dancing in the middle of town on Thursday afternoon? Well, it turns out this was actually a protest, believe it or not. Yup. And why was there people protesting? Well, it turns out they were protesting in support of this establishment, Izakaya, a Japanese-themed nightclub that's been in Dublin for fucking years now. So what kind of spurred this on? Well, it turns out a while back, a hotel opened up right above Izakaya, the Hoxton Hotel, a big fancy fuck-off brand spanking new hotel. And this hotel that knew they're opening up above a nightclub basically got annoyed that there was a nightclub underneath them. They were complaining about too many people, the noise, DJs performing late into the night, customers of theirs were complaining as well, and you know, they had to close down a bunch of rooms. And so what they did is they took Izakaya to court and filed an injunction. And obviously this got a lot of people kind of annoyed, mainly because like the logic of it. Like, really think about it. This hotel, I'm not a hotel expert now, but I imagine it takes a while to set up a hotel. And these guys must have known that there is a nightclub, a pretty well-known nightclub as well, right underneath them. And no point are they thinking, oh, maybe we should soundproof the rooms, maybe we should do all this stuff. Instead, they're like, no, we gotta shut this down. Like, that is like, what the hell were they thinking? And like, the way I see it is like, imagine you move to a new house. You want to move house, and you decide that you want to live in this nice house that happens to be right beside a cow farm. And your first morning there, you wake up, you go outside for a coffee or cigarette, you breathe in the air and it smells like cow shite. You don't then go to the farmer and be like, hey, you gotta stop this cow farming business. No, you fucking deal with it and come to terms that you have poor judgment and you're fucking gobshite. But anyway, it got taken to court. It actually got this all kind of kicked off back in February when it was announced that the Hoxton was getting annoyed and taking them to court. And even back then, there was a protest. But what kind of incited this protest that happened on Thursday was that Izakaya came to some agreement with the Hoxton, and they're basically being like, fine, we'll stop doing late nights, we'll end DJ programming, and that really annoyed a lot of fucking people. And there is kind of a deeper meaning to this, but first I'm actually going to talk about the actual protest itself. Right, so I got there with my pals a little bit before everything kind of kicked off. We got there when there's like, people setting up the DJing space and the speakers, and people were starting to float in with their signs. And then after like 10 minutes, the place was fucking packed. Like, you had all sorts of people here. Some stoner looking guys. You had this one guy who looked like he just came out of the office and stumbled upon this. You also had this mysterious lamp lady who I have weird emotions towards. Who is she? The guard's also there, like, for obvious reasons. Like, you're gonna have a DJ set up and a bunch of people dancing in the middle of town. Obviously, the fuzz are gonna show up. Occasionally, they mingle the crowd just to make sure everything was safe, and they would nick drinks off people. A lot of people were drinking at this. So whenever the guards came by, everyone kind of had like, pull up their shirt or something to hide it. But they did manage to get a good few drinks off people. So yeah, people danced, people held up their signs, people made their voices heard. It was actually like a great thing to witness. Like, a big group of people, showed up because they want to, like, they're all fed up basically with big corporations like the guys who run the Hoxton and the government basically telling us we can't have fun, we can't go out late. And that's exactly what the speakers were trying to convey. There was actually a good few speakers ranging from DJs to TDs. I didn't manage to record all their speeches. I got distracted by the mysterious lamp lady quite a bit. Whenever I did capture speakers, they all had great things to say.
So, what do we need to ask for? Dublin is missing a clear, coherent legal framework for late night venues to follow. One system that is consistent and designed around how our clubs operate as social spaces today. We need to demand a real change. They need to create clear operating legislation around late night venues that recognises them as cultural and communal centres where clubs are treated as dedicated spaces and not an exception to the rules. And symbolically speaking, an abolishment of outdated laws like the Public Dance Halls Act of 1935.
And overall, like, it was such an amazing example of community. Getting to witness the DJ blast music in the middle of town with a huge feckin' crowd was sick. Like, I've never seen anything like that. Like, yeah, maybe on something like Paddy's Day, but you won't have DJs. You have people playing live music, but you never have, like, DJs set up with big speakers. And, you know, it was like seeing a nightclub, but like in town, and it didn't feel like something you'd see in Dublin. This felt like something you'd see like in Berlin during the summertime or something. It felt like a festival, but in the middle of town. I think the closest thing I've ever seen to this was last August when we went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I remember there were some people set up with decks and stuff in the middle of the town there, and that was for a big feck off festival. So getting to see this just on a normal day in Dublin on a Thursday was wild to see. And yeah, for the most part, people were pretty sound at this. Like, people were just vibing along. Like, there wasn't any animosity, or, you know, people weren't like chanting "fuck the Hoxton." Like, I feel like that I was kind of expecting that when I was going into this, because this was happening right outside like the back end of the Hoxton. So any guests who were staying near that side of the building were probably vicious, especially if they're trying to sleep. It was early enough in the day, so hopefully no one was trying to have sleep. But like, imagine you just came off, like, you're flying from like Australia to Dublin for a business meeting. Imagine the flight was shit. Imagine you're sitting beside, like, you get a shite seat and there's a baby crying to you and you just want to sleep, and then you get into your hotel and this shite's happening. Yeah, but you know what? The Hoxton brought on themselves. And yeah, the signs are great as well. There's some, you know, there's one sign I really like called "Fuck Your Fancy Hotels." I like the party. There's two ones from Father Ted I liked. Down with this sort of thing. I love seeing that shite. That was great. But unfortunately, all parties have to come to an end. I'm not sure what happened, but the guards went up to where the speakers were and they basically told them to shut everything down. I'm not too sure what exactly caused them to do it. I'm thinking it probably had to do something to do with everyone drinking. But also, there was a big bang of weed in the middle of the crowd. Like, seriously, you walk into it, you'd be getting feckin' high as a kite. Anyway, the guards told them to shut down. Thankfully, they were sound enough to let the guys do another speech, play another 2 songs, and let the people have another little bit of a dance, which was, you know, fair play to them, fair play. Anyway, so yeah, that's how long we kind of left after that. So myself and my pals, we kind of joined the rest of the crowd because we didn't really want to stick around with like guards telling us to move along. So we decided to call it quits and we decided to leave the area. Went towards Sis Mallins on Drury Street, had a little pint and a chat. So yeah, pretty interesting day overall. Like, not what I was expecting when I hopped on a dart to go into town that day. But yeah, let's talk a bit more about like the importance of this protest and why stuff like this matters. Because so many nightclubs are shutting down in this town, not just in Dublin, but also all over Ireland, because obviously, like, no one wants to see Izakaya shut down. No one wants that, and I'm sure even like the people who run the Hoxton probably wish this never happened. But why this matters so much is because like so many nightclubs in this town, but also in Ireland in general, are shutting down. Mainly due to like operational costs, rent fees, late night licensing laws, and like people are getting fed up with it. Like, there's only 83 nightclubs in this whole country. Like, 83 nightclubs left in the entirety of Ireland. Like, think about it. Ireland is a country of nearly like 6 million people, 7 million if you count Northern Ireland. So for that like 6 to 7 million, there's only 83 nightclubs for everyone. That's insane. Apparently, there's an 84% decline in nightclubs from the year 2000. That's crazy, lads. Like, especially when you go to other European cities. Like, you go to Berlin or Paris or Amsterdam, there's clubs everywhere. And what I think is mad is because, like, Ireland is kind of known as, like, a drinking country. Like, a lot of people come here to drink. Because, like, it's, like, you know, I'm not an alcoholic, but it's a nice place to come for a pint. Like, Guinness is one of the reasons why we get so many tourists. It's just mad to think. And you'd think a lot of people would come here for that reason, want to stay out late, maybe go out for a dance. And our government doesn't want it. And yeah, obviously people are getting fed up with this shit. Like, I'm not a huge nightclub guy, but I will occasionally go to one, and they're fun. They're great places to go. Because obviously nightclubs aren't just a place to, you know, go for a dance and try to get your hole. They're like places for like DJs to try to get their start. They're like businesses that employ loads of people. It's where you go to dance, and like the people want to dance. And Izakaya is just one of many examples of like late night venues possibly being shut down in this country to make way for big American or British owned companies to place their fucking hotels in. Yes, that's all I have to say. And to like kind of wrap things up, like, you know, go to your nightclubs, support your nightclubs, you know, go have fun, make sure we keep these places open, because eventually they're going to go extinct, and all we'll have are these big boring hotels, and the only places you can go for a bit of a dance late into the night is going to be your friend's gaff or something. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. My name's William Nover. Hope you liked the video. Yeah, I'm trying to start like making little mini documentaries about Dublin. So yeah, if you liked this video, tell me you liked it. Go to nightclubs, fucking dance, do some drugs. Don't do drugs. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and mind yourself.